So Powerhouse Hoops. Who started it? When? And how?
Started with John Ortega, former program director, Sundance Wicks, and myself. It started with a vision, it started with a mission of wanting to be different. It started with a vision of wanting to do things the right way and truly being impactful on a young man or young woman's life. Sundance and Coach Ortega brought me in. I slept on Sundance's couch for 7 months just to learn and work with those two guys and really truly understand what our program was all about. It's grown and developed into a more national presence. I'm expecting close to 50 to 60 teams around the country. We'll have that amount of teams in 7 different areas across 3 different states. It's a humbling mission and a humbling journey to be able to work with guys who want to do it the right way, grow a better person through the sport, not just train a better player, but also train a better person, most important. It's a testament of not only the administration behind Powerhouse Hoops, it's a testament to our coaches, it's a testament to our players, but it's also a testament to our parents, because collectively we have to work together. Collectively we have to find what the best interest is for each individual kid. It's about humbling yourself. It's about entrusting one another and working together collectively as a whole to win as a team. It's also collectively as a whole to grow a better young man or a woman through the sport and utilizing basketball as a tool. What do they learn that propels them in life 10, 15, 20 years down the road? Not just in a 5-month span of pro basketball.
What separates Powerhouse from the other clubs on the circuit?
Just the connections that all the coaches got and the coaching staff. Our team is probably some of the best in the West.
One thing for sure is the college exposure. Last year was, I never thought I was going to play college basketball, let alone college sport, until last year when I finally got the first text from a coach.
I like their intensity. I like how they always push us, and I like that they're always looking out for us.
John Ortega, he's sort of like the head guy here. He came out to one of my games out in Mare. He lives down in Phoenix, and so I just thought that was really nice of him to actually come down to Mare and to see me play. I feel like Powerhouse prepares you for what college will be like. All practices for Powerhouse are really fast-paced, but there's not a lot of standing around at all.
The way that they run things around here, they always make you go 110%. I mean, I love to go 110%. Those guys in there don't like to lose at all. And I just got a winning spirit. I don't like to lose at all. I think John and Jeff push me the hardest. They're trying to work me. They gas me up to work hard and just do amazing things.
It's different than any other club team. You really get a team experience versus most AAU teams. You get one guy who does all the work, but I really like Powerhouse because it's really a lot of teamwork.
This upcoming summer will be my 3rd season with them. I joined Powerhouse because, I wanted to play with the best players, play against the best players, and practice to get myself better every day.
What makes Powerhouse Hoops different? You know these kids can join a number of other clubs in this state. What separates you guys from the rest?
We've been very blessed with starting a great foundation of players who have bought into our system, that we've been able to help get onto high major and mid-major colleges. Our resume and our pedigree of guys bought in. Saban Lee was here today, a guy who has no business. He just played in the state finals game last night. He's done, his career's over with Powerhouse Hoops, but he wanted to show up today to show the new upcoming talent that it is a family. And guys like Saban embody everything of what Powerhouse is. A great person, a great teammate, a great leader on and off the court. Guys like Saban Lee is exactly what Powerhouse Hoops is. It's about believing in something greater than yourself. It's about getting out of your comfort zone to entrust in others to help guide you on your path and on your journey, not just in the game, not just in the season, but also in life, entrusting in your brothers.
Just their history. I mean, Casey Benson, Connor McDougal, Dane, there's just Marcus Howard. There's just a list of D1 athletes coming out of Mitch Lightfoot, Kansas. So
just the history, so he definitely will back up what he says about getting players to the next level.
When I bring up the name Powerhouse Hoops, what comes to your mind when I bring that up?
Powerhouse Hoops to me is kind of how the motto says, trust your work, trust your journey, and trust your God. All those things speak for themselves. You believe in what you're doing, ultimately you'll work on it, you'll have passion for it, and you'll see it through to the end. And to me, Powerhouse Hoops gave us the best chance to put our kids in a position to get seen across the board with regards to the relationships and the coaching and everything that they have to offer.
Powerhouse can be like, I don't know, it could be a lot of things. It's flexible. It could be a teacher. My club could be my therapist. My club can be a lot of things, a family especially.
I've probably been coaching for about 20 years. Started as a teenager, kind of giving back at the Boys and Girls Club. Once I had a child of my own, put a lot of time into that, kind of to where we're at today.
So I started at Arnold Ridge in Tucson. I was there for 7 years. I came up here for high school. Came up here, coached at North Point Prep for 1 year. And then I've been at Coronado I just finished my 3rd season. And then I've also been coaching, this is my 4th year for Powerhouse Hoops with Becker and Ortega. One of the biggest things I like is that we're really honest with kids. You know, we don't try to, mess around and give, things that are just going to make them feel good. We're honest about where they're at and their evaluations because, in the end, if you want to go further, honesty is going to be a big part of it. And for me, I've been with this group now for 4 years, so I've gotten to know them really well, the relationships we've built. I started with most of these guys at the 14U level and 15 and 16 and so on. So for me, I'm so attached to this group that, I obviously have their best interests and they have mine. With this group, there's not a single person on there that shouldn't get an offer somewhere, and hopefully it's a place that they want to go and get free schooling, and that's what we're all hoping for, is to get our kids free education. I'm a guy that cares about my guys and my kids, and I'll bend over backwards for them, and in turn I usually get good quality kids. So I may not have as much quantity as other coaches, but for me, having 10 and 11 guys that I really care about and care about me, and we're just a good fit, is the best thing for me.
Our academy is run by myself and trainer Gerald Turner. Coach Turner has done a phenomenal job. A guy who really embodies everything that Powerhouse Hoops is. Positive, energetic, contagious energy. Very knowledgeable about the game. A guy who's been within, the East Valley, been in the community for years, has run his own program, has coached at the high school level. He's truly special because he's exactly what we look for and what families and players look for in a trainer. A guy who's very knowledgeable, a guy who can still have fun but holds you extremely accountable to each and every rep of each and every day, and a guy who just brings endless energy each and every day. Our 15 black coach, Jerome Joseph, JJ, the man, a guy who's been with us since day one, 2-time state champion, head coach right now at Higley High School, one of the most charismatic, professional, outgoing guys you'll meet. He puts a smile on my face just thinking of his name, seeing his name when I text him or call him. When I see him in person, we're always hugging each other. He's my brother. Mike Repko, head coach of 16 Red. It's amazing because I was thinking about this on my drive up. Rick Pitino in his book talks about he wants to hire PhDs. And he wants to hire PhDs. And PhDs means poor, hungry, and driven. And when I think of the PhDs, that's Mike Repko. Mike Repko is a guy who is a foxhole guy. He's a guy that if I'm in my trenches, if I'm in war, if I'm in battle, if I'm in my darkest hour, if I can't get up, if I need a guy to call, Mike Repko is there for you. He's a foxhole guy. He's a guy that's poor, hungry, and driven, not physically, but mentally he's always trying to be there for you. He's always ready at a minute's notice to do whatever is needed. A guy that is so energetic, a guy that is so driven, a guy that's so passionate about not just his team, but the whole organization and each and every person within that organization. So our 17 Black is headed by our club basketball director, John Ortega, my guy, my right-hand man. Without him, I'm not here. Without him, Powerhouse Hoops is not here. John Ortega is everything to Powerhouse Hoops. A guy who is born and raised in the Phoenix area, a guy who's born and raised has been doing club basketball here in the Valley for 15 plus years. I've worked all over the country. I've coached at the highest level, the college level, high school level, Midwest, East Coast, now here. I've never met a guy that has more connections, not just with college coaches, but has connections and relationships with tournament directors and media. He is the yin to my yang, the peanut butter to my jelly. And John, without John, we talk 5 to 10 times a day. He's my best friend, my business partner, and truly a guy that if I look 5, 10 years down the road, I'm on this path with John Ortega and only John Ortega.
But I definitely think Ortega, he brings a seriousness and realizes that it's important. It's really, at the end of the day, it's getting scholarships.
What do you think the next step is for Powerhouse Hoops?
I think probably getting on a circuit. They're probably one of the elite clubs, especially on the West Coast, that is not in a circuit yet. So I feel like that will probably be the next thing, probably like on the Under Armour circuit. I know last year we went to the Under Armour finals in Georgia, so I think the next step will probably be like on a circuit.
What would you like to tell some of the guys that may not be fully aware of what they're getting into for this summer and spring and how much dedication it takes?
It takes a lot of dedication. You also need to have a mental focus. Don't take any games for granted. You never know who's in the stands watching, and especially for people who are trying to help you. Don't brush them off. If they know what they're talking about, they want to help you, listen to them. So just don't take anything for granted.